Okay guys, it's Sunday, which means it's another day of Sunday Savers on the channel. Bert Crown here, coming in another YouTube video, and today we're going to talk about certain things in the market. Like when it comes down to sniping, what are ways you could beat snipers? Because sometimes it can be hard, guys. And here's a couple of tips when it comes to your filters on how to get ahead of snipers or how it could help you beat a sniper. Because when something pops off, it's hard to get your hands on it. Like the Austin Matthews, which is what I'm going to use as one of the examples in this video. If this does help you guys, throw it in the comment section down below, or throw in the comment section down below what you like to do. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that sub button and notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. 82% of people watching my videos aren't subs, so if you do like it, hit that sub button, guys. It really does help. It means a lot to me. So let's break it down, get down to it, and see what it is. Hope you do enjoy it. Okay, like I was saying, working the market comes down to filters, guys. If you want to beat snipers, you've got to do everything you can to get ahead of them. And there's certain things that you can adjust in how you look for cards to do that. But first, let's understand the filters and what they do. Filters are a way to search specific things. Like if you want to look for a power-up icon card, you can use your filter to find power-up icon cards. Now you're going to notice that gives you every single power-up icon on the market. You got 138 of them. If you're trying to snipe power-up icons, you can search power-up icons and search through. And the way to snipe would be you'd find the 1 hour marker, because the 1 hour marker is when cards get listed as the soonest, and you would just look. So at the 1 hour marker, we have Ray Bourque at 58 minutes and Joe Sakic at 1 hour 7 minutes. So if you planned on trying to snipe this for the next like 7 minutes, we'll say, then you would sit here and you would change pages, go in and out. And what you're doing here is you're waiting for a card like this Phil Housley card that just came up in between Ray Bourque and Joe Sakic. Now for an 83 overall, as we know, because we've talked about it back and forth, that 30,000 is the play for these cards, nothing above it, because you can build them. So this Phil Housley card at 60K, you should not buy. So I'm going to, again, go back and come back. So now I know the hour marker is Phil Housley and Joe Sakic. That's what I'm looking for. So when I rotate back and forth, I would be looking for a card. That's one way of doing it. You also have to understand the pricing. That's going to bring me down to my next point on filtering down. So if I wanted to filter certain cards, let's say I want to filter 85s. Let's say I'm trying to snipe 85 overall cards. I need to know the pricing on the market. So I'll go to buy now. I'll put the buy now at the cheapest price. So I'll put it down to just under 15K. Now I know that 15K is the pricing on 85s. So I could do the hour marker again, the 59-minute marker, where I come to page 13 and I go from UC Saros to Nathan MacKinnon. So I'm looking for a card to slot in the middle. I can do that. But that is a lot of prices to try to remember. And that's a far page to try to cover if you're going to sit here and flip back and forth waiting. Now, yes, a card will pop up that will give you a shot at sniping, but that's not how I would do it. I like to try to narrow the window down as much as possible. So this is where you can bring your filters in and just look for forward. And if you wanted to go even deeper than that, you can just look at NHL players. So like this card came up in between Kucherov and MacKinnon. Now this is where knowing the market helps, because I don't know the price on this card, so I don't want to just rush in and buy it. But we got 35K for that card, 40K, 41K, 39K, 37K. So that to me is not a snipe. I'm not going to rush out, but that is understanding. And if that was a good buy, it would have been gone instantly. That's why you have to know the market and know the pricing. And that's why I'm showing you the filters, because the better way of doing it is narrowing things down as much as possible to make it easier on yourself. So we know base 85s can sell for 15K. So if I see a card sell for 15K, then I know it's not really a snipe unless it's a player specific. So off of this, I can then go and narrow it all down and quickly just look at how much Nathan MacKinnon sells for. And the reason I did Colorado is to throw Rantanen in there as well, right? So I know Rantanen sells for like 40K. We got a bunch of 40Ks up here. Nathan MacKinnon sells for 60K. We got a bunch of that up there. So now that I know when I'm in the hour marker at my 85 overalls, I know what these go for. And then I can, again, refresh my memory on what an Austin Matthews goes for. So we now know Austin Matthews goes for 40K. Tampa Bay's Kucherov is in there, 30K. This is why it's important, because the 85s, they have such a big price difference that if you go in blind, you're not going to make coins. Draisaitl, 26K, 20K, 20K. So Draisaitl is a snipe around 15K, which maybe you find, maybe you don't. Or that glorious time you find it where somebody forgets to put a 0 in there. So now that we have the pricing, it's time to go look. And now that I have the pricing on a handful of players, this is where I set at the hour marker with my filters all the way down to the players that I know. So if they get listed, I know their pricing so I can't get burnt. And I just flip. And as I flip, look at all the cards that just got added right at that window. Kachuk, 20K. McKinnon, no buy now. Matthews, 40K. We know what his price is. Rantanen, 2,000. Too bad that didn't get a buy now. Another Matthews got thrown up at 40K. So we're still in between Matthews and Draisaitl. So nothing yet. Then I'm going to filter again. Matthews, Draisaitl. Page again. Bedard just got thrown up, 59K. I didn't check that card, so I can go to compare price real quick. Hopefully, if it's good, we can buy it, but it's not good. So now we're looking in between Bedard and Draisaitl. This is how you use filters to work for you. Yes, you're not seeing every snipe possible, but unless you have just a beautiful mind, you're not gonna be able to keep the price tags on all those, and you're gonna get burnt every once in a while, right? So I pick a handful of cards, I filter myself down to where I'm gonna see those handful of cards, and then I just wait for my opportunity to strike and hope I get it big. That is how I use filters to my advantage, guys. Again, we just had a bunch of pop-up. We had a Draisaitl pop-up, a Rantanen pop-up, which we know Rantanen, that's not the price. Malkin, we know that that's not a good price. And Kachuk, that's at the very bottom of the of the min price. So I know that that's not a good price either. But this is how you do it. You narrow it down, you get your prices, and you sit in the window at the 59-minute marker. Now, one other filter that you need to look at is, I'm gonna reset everything here on the filters, which is square or X on Xbox. But say there's a situation you know of, like Friday, when the Austin Matthews came out. His max price was 80K. Cards were being listed at 80K, but maybe you were like, okay, I want to go find my Austin Matthews, and I know he is an 86 overall. So I'm going to change this to 86 overall. And then you're like, okay, let's go find Austin and see if we can get a snipe. And then you're going to sit at the hour marker. Well, that's not how you do it. When there's a specific card you know, you narrow it down as far as you can. And the best way to do it is 86. And the best way to do it is you put it at an 86, and then you go to the collection type, live moments, and that narrows it down to just Austin Matthews. Now, let's say there's other ones that pop up. You would come to your filters, and you would bring it down to as well the league, NHL, the team, Toronto Maple Leafs. And that will narrow it down to just Austin Matthews. And then you can look through it and be like, okay, there's no snipes here right now. But when we're having a problem buying them off the market, you don't want to be trying to navigate your way through a bunch of other different cards. So you can narrow it down to these settings and then triangle, and you just keep pressing triangle or Y on Xbox, and you flip back and forth between filter and page, filter and page. And then when one pops up, you look at the price and you buy it. But if you know in the situation of Friday, the max price was too low, then you just sit here and do this, and you know it's going to be too low. So no matter what, when one pops up, you try to buy now. You try to buy now. And that is how you narrow your filters down so much on a card that is his max buy isn't correct. That is how you do it. And also, guys, there are cards in sets now. You can exchange cards higher than 82 pluses. So go list your cards, 83, 84s, 85s. Go list them and make bank, because everybody was selling their cards so cheap, 83, 84, 85s. I tried to say don't, because the sets will be coming out. Now they're out, and the people that held their cards, go make your coins. Get rich off of it. We knew it was coming. We saved our cards, and we're going to make bank off of it. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed Sunday Savers, and we're going to get into steals next Sunday, which cards to go buy to flip and why. Thank you for watching, guys. Till then, ciao, ciao.